A view of I-40 in Chesapeake Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. It's an interconference contest here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder play one at home. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. First game of this trip here for the Hornets. They're hoping to start it off with a W. This is a team in search of an identity. They've dropped 7 of their last 8, and they have looked completely out of sync.
Kevin, there's just something about the road that gives a team to really come together. It's you against the world, and you can really bond and have a chance to become a closer unit, and oftentimes that can result in better basketball.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, DA, a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. Now, Brent, we're far enough into the season where certain rookies are starting to hit the wall. What can coaches do to stop that process or help them through that process of that rookie, that so-called rookie wall?
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Kevin, there's not much a coach can do for a player. And I'll tell you, I've seen it where years a player after 41 games is gassed. And certainly over the course of the past few years, I've seen plenty of rookies not be phased at all. So it just depends on the makeup of the guy and what he's been asked to do. I don't know that there's too much a coach can really get into the head of a player on, other than trying to keep him confident.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. MKG and Williams are the forwards. Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt, and it's Howard in at the pivot, manning the middle. Oklahoma City on D. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Yeah, they were up against a team that struggled all night to get things under control. Mistakes and turnovers. Oh! You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. No good there. George with the defensive effort. Charlotte on D. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Well, 9 times out of 10, if you can't take advantage of the freebies at this level, the outcome is not going to be in your favor.
Here's Batum. Whoa!
Wow.
Goodness.
Look out. Woo. And Howard puts these dunks away so easily, especially when he's that deep in the paint. Westbrook
kicks to George. Adams with the screen on Kid Gilchrist. Back to Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Westbrook's got 5 now.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Walker against Anthony. Batum for 3. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Shoots over Walker. That one off the back iron and out.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. They need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
That gives them the lead. Walker's got his first basket of the night.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Roberson goes back up, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, love the aggressive play here from Adams. He gets the shot he wants, and now another opportunity to challenge himself at the free throw line.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. That one wide left. Charlotte in the lead. Kid Gilchrist the pass to Williams. Williams against Anthony. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's a two-pointer from Walker.
There is no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league, on full display there.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
And not many players at that position, as explosive as he is in a close game, just rose up to the challenge.
Batum for three. It's hauled in by Paul George. Thunder have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Westbrook drives in. Now, Brent, the media and others have commented that while Westbrook is a gifted scorer, he isn't an efficient scorer. What do you think of that?
Well, Russell is surrounded by guys who are still trying to figure out exactly what they are supposed to be in the league. He's not going to wait around for them to figure it out on his watch. And so that's the delicate dance right now for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook trying to find a balance between leading the charge and putting a charge in his teammates.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
You look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
Oklahoma City's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. A nice shot by George.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And right now, the game plan seems to be working.
It looks like this team has finally gotten into the club and found its rhythm, trying their best to pull away.
For Oklahoma City, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in.
Steven Adams can have an impact on the game, certainly defensively, certainly with the screen setting. But how about the character of the center of this basketball team? One of the most quotable players in the league, and he'll never hold back from speaking his mind in an interview. Gotta love his disposition.
Kid Gilchrist dishes to Zeller. And Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
Pulls up from the corner. He shoots again, and the layup is up and in. Adams has got 7 points in the game.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And with Adams being so likable and quotable, a lot of it has to do with his incredible wit.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Steven Adams talk show once his career is finished. or maybe not. Maybe before his career is finished. But when you're the younger sibling, you usually come up with a very refined sense of humor.
Right. Like you, Brent. Well, there's no lack of range in this. The leading three-point shooters among the ranks of the NBA's big men the last month. Well, you look at Williams, one of the best shooters in the NBA, top 5 in the league at this moment.
And the value of having a big man who can do what these guys can is that they draw bigger defenders out of the paint. You have to stay with them wherever they go.
Yep, and once you do that, you're going to open up the lane. And with the threat those guys pose on the perimeter, an opposing defense has no way to deal with that.
It's George on the wing. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Adams with the screen on Batum. Here's Anthony. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Even with the contest, I don't think that's bothering Carmelo Anthony. It seems like once he's on the spot, he knows he can get that shot.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Pick by Zeller. To stop the run. And the layup good by Batum. Batum's got 5 points so far.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Westbrook passes to George. And Robertson has it in the corner. The kick out to Westbrook. And the Thunder, another three.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Pass to Kid Gilchrist. That one rolling around and rims out. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Left side, Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Here's Robertson. Adams. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
They get the rebound, and Adams sends it back. Anthony kicks to Robertson. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Williams kicks to Kid Gilchrist, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And the Thunder making a change here. Grant's checked in, and then for Charlotte, Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Lamb in there for Nicholas Batum. Robertson dishes to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. The three from George. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Hornets trail by 20.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
They set the pick. Here's Lamb. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Lamb's got his first points in this one.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. The shot by George, wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And finished off by Kaminsky.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. The pick and roll takes great timing for both players and a feel for the game and what the defense is going to show. Brent, in your opinion, which tandems are the best at running it?
Well, I think Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams have really done a great job of establishing a great chemistry in the pick and roll. And it's interesting, Kevin, because as centers and point guards play together, the more games that they have, the more used to one another they are in terms of sometimes setting good hard screens and sometimes not really setting a screen at all, setting up the slip and creating opportunities that way. Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, Chris Paul, insert player here. Pretty good combinations.
Yeah, I like that. Eustace passes to Felton. Here's Eustace. Shot from the wing. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Hornets trail by 16. There's the dish to Walker. The feed to Kaminsky. Here's Bacon. Kicks it to Kaminsky. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. There's the screen. Expanding his range. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Charlotte.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Oklahoma City leading by 16. Felton kicks to Abrinas. Outside Felton. Patterson, the screen. Back to Felton. Shoots over Walker. And he overshot that one, missing.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Pick by Zeller. Lamb dishes to Zeller. Walker against Felton. Bacon misses the three. Oklahoma City's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, Abrinas kicks to Grant. There's 1:17 left in the first. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Now Kaminsky. Outside, Walker. Passes to Lamb. Dishes to Kaminsky. A three-pointer off the mark. The Thunder leading by 16. Outside, Felton. Patterson, the screen. Shot off the screen. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. And the Thunder lead by 18.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Kaminsky sets the pick for Lamb. They set the screen. And here's Walker outside. Sinks the triple. Walker's got 5.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And, guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Thunder 5 right now. They've got Patrick Patterson. Grant is out there with Eustace. Then there's Felton. And it's Abrinas in at the 2-guard spot. Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him. And he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Patterson setting the pick for Felton. Eustace passes to Grant. No good from outside.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Monk dishes to Kaminsky. The pass to Monk. Charlotte moving it around. Howard up on top. Patterson defending. And it goes down 2 points. Howard's got 6.
Sometimes you can't contain Dwight Howard, especially inside where he's just such an overwhelming presence.
Felton kicks to Abrinas. Here's the screen. Here's Grant. Buries it from 3-point range. 5 points in the game.
You know, at least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Here's Bacon. Feeds it to Lamb. Monk kicks to Kaminsky. Pass to Bacon.
Keep it up, D. Come on.
Here's Lamb. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. He dishes it to Howard. Monk kicks to Lamb. Pass to Monk. He feeds it to Kaminsky. The dish now to Lamb. There's the pick. Lets the 3 fly. They grab their own miss. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Right wing. Grant kicks to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Charlotte calls timeout, and going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, two clubs that rarely face off, East versus West. This is going to be a nice treat for the fans.
Well, kicking off this 2-game season series, I expect a lot of feeling out by both teams and the coaching staff, and then a number of subsequent adjustments in this one.
Brett, you were known for your leaping ability. You won a dunk contest. We all remember it very vividly. During the pre-draft process, did they measure your max vertical?
They did, Kevin. At the Chicago pre-draft camp, you run through a series of tests there. Your conditioning, how your CO2 gets kicked out. They put this mask on you and check your stamina. There's a bunch of doctors in there poking and prodding. I won't go into detail about that.
Thank you.
But they did measure the max vertical during that Chicago pre-draft, and it was about 39-inch vertical leap, so not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Anthony's checked in for Eustace. And then for Charlotte, Marvin Williams is checked in for Frank Kaminsky. And it's Batum in for Bacon. On defense, Oklahoma City. Lamb with the ball. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. 5 on the clock. Batum passes to Howard. Over Patterson. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 8 points for Dwight Howard.
A soft touch there from Dwight. Gifted at measuring those interior shots.
Felton dishes to Anthony. Patterson, the screen, shot off the pick. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Batum against Felton. And there's the call on Felton. That's his first foul. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Grant. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Alex Abrinas. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Raymond Felton. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for the Hornets. And Batum kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Back to Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the feed to Monk. Lets it go from deep. That shot missing. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. They set the screen. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Now, here's Monk. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Howard. Shoots over Adams. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist from Kidd-Gilchrist.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Here's Roberson. He averages about 5 points a game. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. Outside Westbrook. He kicks it to George. Off target from 3-point range. Hornets trail by 19. And here is Monk. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Howard. And the layup is good. Howard's got 8 here in the quarter.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Roberson the pass to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving it around. George dishes to Anthony. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Well, one thing the Thunder have always done well is control the glass. Good rebounding team.
Well, the Thunder are great candidates to end up near the top for both offensive and defensive rebounds, and it certainly helps when Russell Westbrook is tearing down over 10 boards a game. It's a complete effort with this ball club, and they have guys who are willing to stick their nose in there.
Lays it up off the glass.
Carmelo really has great footwork down low, showing off the feel right there when he gets near the paint.
And the Hornets call time here. And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
So far, he is just destroying their will. It feels like he can get any shot he wants once he crosses half court.
Walker's checked in for the Hornets.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Russell Westbrook. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. First in assists, sixth in scoring, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here, leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Batum. 14 points for Howard.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Westbrook kicks to George. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
I'm trying to extend the possession so you appreciate the effort. Better just to head down the court sometimes and not give up a team foul in that situation.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Dwight Howard. It's stolen by Adams. In the corner, George with it. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. George has got 9 points.
Well, people talk so much about shoot first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
Pick by Williams. Batum passes to Zeller. Zeller, a screen on George. Batum for 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. And Walker kicks to Batum. They set the pick. Passes to Kid Gilchrist. Pick by Zeller. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one's on Anthony.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist. He is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor. And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
And they can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
And he makes the first. And Williams drops them both. Brent, coming down the stretch of a tight game, some coaches like to substitute for offense and defense. Others don't. What would be your preference if you were coaching?
I think the idea has to totally do with matchups, Kevin. You're looking out on the floor. If all of a sudden the guy you want with the ball has a mismatch or an advantage, I'm going to stay away from any sort of timeout to give a coach 60 seconds to talk about something that he could probably shut down. I might not be able to be as creative as what's just happened in the flow of the game, and I'll trust my player to make the right play for me. me at that time.
Adams outside. Kicks to Westbrook. And here's George for three. And it's George again missing.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Williams a screen from deep. Walker. No good that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. And Roberson kicks to Anthony. Dishes it to George. Back to Anthony. Outside, George. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 12 points for Paul George.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Picked by Williams. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Outside Williams. And there's the pass to Batum. Zeller setting the pick for Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
Williams passes to Walker. Williams a screen on Anthony. And here's Walker outside. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And Westbrook, here we go. Hustis is checked in for Oklahoma City. The Hornets also changing it up. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. And Bacon subbed in for Nicholas Batum. Hornets trail by 17. Outside, Walker. Feeds to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Picked by Zeller. Walker in the post. And Adams sends it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Patterson, he's checked in for Adams. Grant comes in for George. Abrinas is checked in for Roberson. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Lamb's checked in. Felton kicks to Patterson. Screen by Grant. Here's Abrinas. Goes back up. No good from Grant.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
20 seconds left in the second quarter. Now Lamb. To the wing on the left. There's Walker with the three. Another shot. And another shot. Misses the layup. Abrinas. It doesn't go for him. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Thunder out in front, leading by 17. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He ended up with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls. Let's go.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, scoring consistently from range. He really lit it up there in the first half.
We'll see if they keep feeding him right now until he cools down or until the defense does something to take him away from these great opportunities. No reason to go away from him.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Hornets trail by 17. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Inside, Williams at the 4, Howard in the middle. Batum and Kid Gilchrist, the rangy wings. And it's Walker in at point. Howard with a screen on George. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Howard. It's hauled in by Adams.
Really shocking he didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity there. He needs to be much better in that situation. So many coaches from the college ranks that have come up to the NBA and not been quite as successful as the run that gave him that opportunity. Billy Donovan certainly has found success early on here in Oklahoma City. Great couple years for him to begin his professional coaching career.
Walker dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Howard with a screen on George. Here's Kid Gilchrist. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Howard. 4th in rebounding, 8th in field goal percentage, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. And the first one drops. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. It just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
The Thunder have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
Two shots.
He misses the free throw.
Well, for the Thunder last season, the first one in the AD era, that stands for after Durant, you can imagine just how devastating his departure was for the fans of the franchise. But I think Sam Presti, as the general manager, prepared themselves for Kevin Durant leaving and for Russell Westbrook to assume the reins of the team.
He's off on the second. And with OKC, as long as this team has been in this city, they have known success as a franchise.
Part of the fear that losing KD in free agency was that the success was going to go with them. But on the shoulders of Russell Westbrook having an historic NBA season, averaging a triple-double, Billy Donovan got these guys to play pretty hard, ended up being in the playoffs, and now have young guys that maybe could show some potential to maintain a level of success this fan base is used to.
Adams. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half.
Here we go, Russell.
Westbrook against Walker to the left side wing. Anthony, the pass to Westbrook. He dishes it to Robertson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Westbrook from the arc. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Westbrook against Walker. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. From the line, will not go. This is off the front iron.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
Stolen by Walker. Oh, and here comes Walker all alone. Plays it in off the breakaway. Walker's got 7 points in the game.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Here's Westbrook. Walker with some nice D.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And clearly, Steve Clifford wants to talk it over.
And Dwight Howard, the second ever and last ever #1 overall pick, taken directly out of high school. As we know, the rules have taken effect. Coming out of Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy. That's a pretty good gig. You know, your first job out of high school is playing in the NBA.
And Brent, Dwight Howard said it had been his dream growing up to play for the Hawks. Back then, if he attended a game, he was up in the nosebleed section.
Well, the dream was short-lived, Kevin. Dwight just played 1 season in Atlanta under Coach Budenholzer and then moved on to Charlotte in a trade. And with the way things shook out and him not playing in fourth quarters at the end of that first season, the Atlanta Hawks felt like they didn't get true value from the center.
And a quick check now. The NBA's top rebounds. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Walker with it. He has 7. Stolen by Westbrook. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Ooh, that lethal first step. Westbrook uses it to get an edge, and that helps draw the contact.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, he entered the league as a great free throw shooter. Westbrook now gets there a ton.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
Pass to George. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Outside, Walker. Back to Kid Gilchrist. Shot clock at 5. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Monks checked in for Marvin Williams. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Anthony right side. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Dwight Howard. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for the Hornets. And both free throws good for Anthony. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
Here's Westbrook. Got a piece of it. They get it back. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
There you go, finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. Batum against George. There's the dish to Kaminsky. Drops in the tray. Kaminsky's got 5 points so far.
You can blame some poor defense on that play, just a total breakdown. Got to at least contest at some point.
They set the pick. Adams dishes to Anthony. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. That one wide left.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
Monk, the pass to Walker. He feeds it to Kaminsky. 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. From deep. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, you give Russell Westbrook any kind of runway like that, and he can explode. What a terror on the inside.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second.
Well, the defense has failed to cut off any of these driving lanes, which is why they're resorting to fouling him, and he's hurting them from the charity stripe.
Monk kicks to Walker. Here's Kaminsky, and Adams sends it back. The feed to George. Pass to Westbrook. Outside Anthony. Screen by Adams to the wing right side. Here's Roberson. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. It's blocked, and that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Charlotte making a switch here. Lamb's checked in. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a look here at the shot chart for Westbrook.
When it rains, it pours. These threes aren't easy. I mean, he's draining them from all over. Quite often, there's a hand in his face or a defender closing out right at him. But every time, he's looked as cool as ever and found the bottom of the net.
Hornets trail by 17. Now here's Walker. He has 7. He kicks to Monk. Kaminsky sets the pick for Monk. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Thunder with some changes. Jeremy Grant comes in for George. And it's Felton in for Roberson. Here's Lamb. There's the pick. And here's Walker outside. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Walker's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Outside Felton. Kicks to Westbrook. Clock at 6. No good from Grant. Hornets trail by 14. Goes up to the stripe. Up again. Here's Kaminsky. Missed it, even after all those chances.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Charlotte's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. There's the pick. Kid Gilchrist, a screen on Anthony. Here's Walker. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. Has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
Free throw, no good for Walker. Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries widen?
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 3-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
Patterson, the screen. Patterson, a screen on Walker. Felton kicks to Eustace. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. Felton's got 4 assists now tonight.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
There's a good screen. Here's Lamb. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. 22 is their biggest lead. Here's Abrinas, covered by Lamb. And they will call over the back on the play.
And gets physical on the boards and just really pays for it with the over-the-back call.
Well, he gets blocked out is what happens. Good fundamentals taking advantage of the over-aggression on that play.
The Hornets have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Walker nails both of them. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Felton dishes to Patterson. To the inside. There's a screen. Grant the pass to Felton. Back to Grant from past the arc. Walker with the rebound. Hornets trail by 14. Here's Bacon. His three-pointers off the mark.
And you can see why the D is willing to just back off and really take their chances with his jump shot.
And Patterson kicks to Abrinas. Oklahoma City moving it around. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Picked by Zeller. Lamb dishes to Zeller. Now the pass to Walker. Over in the corner, Lamb. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Here's Kaminsky. 5 points in the game. Walker with a clean look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Here's Abrinas, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Eustace. Charlotte also making some changes. Dwight Howard's checked in for Kaminsky. And it's Williams in for Bacon. Both shots good from the stripe. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter. And Walker kicks to Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Here's Howard. From down in the low post, it goes. Howard's got 4 this quarter.
And the D may be a little bit shaken right now. Howard is lighting them up and doing it in a variety of ways.
Screen by Adams. Abrinas kicks to Adams. Deflects the pass. Taken away by Williams. Goes up. And it's Williams with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Grant with the ball. And it's Howard picking him up. Grant kicks to Adams. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Hornets trail by 14. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Zeller, a screen on Grant. And Lamb kicks to Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
From deep, George. No good on the shot. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. All around, it's hard to point to any one area where they haven't had the upper hand in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
They've amped up their physicality. We can't get wrapped up in that. We got to stay solid, defend, play through it.
Billy Donovan wanting his guys to remain poised in the face of some rougher play out there.
Yeah, you want to stay true to your character. Focus on the things that you do best and really ignore the rest.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the wings, Abrinas and George. Grant is out there with Adams. Then it's Felton in at the point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And here is Lamb. Dishes it to Zeller. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Felton kicks to Abrinas. From outside, off the mark. Hornets trail by 15. Now Lamb. Back to Walker. Three-pointer. That one doesn't go. Felton with some nice D. Shoots from 12. Walker with some nice D. And for the Hornets, their shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And Williams slams it in.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
Abrinas the pass to George. Feeds to Adams. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, the Kiwi Adams, born in New Zealand, was the Thunder's first-round pick back in 2013. Steadily coming into his own now on the offensive end.
Roberson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook comes in for Raymond Felton. And so Adams nails both of them. Hornets trail by 15. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Pick by Zeller. Now here's Batum. He's guarded closer. 5 to shoot. Nice job coming off that screen.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Screen by Adams. Roberson can't hit.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Thunder. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Lamb. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Here's Roberson. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. On the wing, George. He's covered by Kidd-Gilchrist. Screen by Adams. And a miss there on the triple.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Left side, Batum. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Roberson dishes to Westbrook. Over Walker. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one's on Anthony.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
Shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Kemba Walker.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
And so Walker nails both of them. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Westbrook against Walker. Westbrook passes to Carmelo. Adams sets the pick for Anthony. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Thunder lead by 13. Zeller, a screen on Westbrook. Walker with it. Westbrook picks him up. Here's Batum. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of, and he's at his best when he is active and aggressive. And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Screen by Adams. There's the screen. Double team on Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Pass to Roberson. This one for 3. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Hornets trail by 10. Walker with it. Williams a screen. And it's Walker penetrating. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. Oklahoma City with the foul. And the first one drops. And so Walker nails both of them.
Well, he talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Here's Roberson, defended by Batum. Batum with the steal. Walker against Westbrook. Right side to Walker. And that one comes up a bit short. The Thunder leading by 8. Now here's Westbrook. He dishes it to Anthony. Adams with the screen on Williams. Right post shot. Count it. 10 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And such a dynamic offensive threat is Carmelo Anthony. That time working well off the screen.
Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. There's the pick. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal. And he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
And here's Walker. Pass to Kaminsky. 3-pointer.
Well, that's all Adams and his effort right there. Great job affecting that attempt.
And Robertson has it in the corner. To the paint. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. Outside Kid Gilchrist. There's the dish to Walker. Over Westbrook. Again, the miss by Walker.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away. He's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
To the inside, stolen by George. Shots good by Williams.
Terrific effort from him really all night, yet despite his supreme marksmanship, they're still operating at a deficit.
Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Walker. Shot on the wing. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's his 5th foul. Hornets trail by 12. Now Kaminsky.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Here's Roberson. Outside Anthony. Walker against Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Looking to get back on track here. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
And a power forward in college. Roberson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league. Well, if you look at Andre Roberson's stats, you would wonder why he gets so much playing time. Not a great scorer, gets a ton of minutes, and I'll tell you why. He can defend wing players and great scorers in this league like a hawk. That's the reason why he became a valuable performer through the years for Oklahoma City.
First one falls for him. And you look at Roberson, and he is clearly a defensive specialist for this team.
Well, he's a great wing defender and so many great offensive weapons at the 2 and 3 spot in the conference, the Western Conference, that he is familiar with. He does a great job of going out on a nightly basis and doing what he does best. That's playing defense for his ball club.
And he makes both free throws. Hornets trail by 12. Here's Batum. There's a good screen. Off the pick. And the dunk by Batum.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Screen by Adams. Here's Roberson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Roberson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Adams is like a brick wall out there on those screens. A great job of sacrificing his body there.
Kid Gilchrist with it. Williams a screen. And Andre Roberson is going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two. The first one falls. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
He feeds it to Adams. Screen by Adams. Westbrook kicks to George. Outside Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. There's the three. Here's Roberson. It's tipped. They recover it. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Hornets trail by 11. Now here's Batum. Outside Walker. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
Here's George. Outside Westbrook. Westbrook double teamed. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Johnny O'Bryant, he's checked in for the Hornets. Here's Westbrook from deep three-point range. The Hornets pull it in. Kid Gilchrist has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
There's the pick. And Batum kicks to Walker. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
It's tipped, and that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Zeller, he's checked in for Johnny O'Bryant. Westbrook dishes to Adams. Oklahoma City moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Now the feed to George. From the wing. Second chance shot, and there's the nice layup by Adams. And the Thunder lead by 13.
You know, a big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
And Batum kicks to Walker. Good work there as it goes. Walker's got 22.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Roberson the pass to Westbrook. Adams dishes to Robertson. He kicks it to Anthony. No good that time. Excellent D there from Williams. Outside Batum. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Fires the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Roberson's got 7 points for the quarter.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Oklahoma City.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Steven Adams.
And so many times on the defensive end, showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
One shot, gentlemen.
George, no good on the free throw. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Pick by Zeller. Here's the screen. Monk, no one around him. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
It's an encouraging sign to see Monk working off those pin downs. An effective shooter when he gets any sort of daylight.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.